Well, tell us a bit then about these two candidates.
Well, Eric Ciotti is really the upset in that internal vote. He was really seen as a maverick. He's the more to the right than you could think in the Republican Party. I mean, he's very close to the far right, some would say. And so some thought that he was too extreme. But nevertheless, he managed to arrive first, very close with Valérie Pécresse, who's totally different, not only because she is a woman, of course, but also a more traditional right-wing politician who heads the Paris region. She was one of the favorites and did just beat out Michel Barnier, who was Mr. Brexit for the European Union, and Xavier Bertrand, who was the favorite initially. So two very different candidates. They will now face off. The final result will be on Saturday. Xavier Bertrand, who was the favorite, already threw his support behind Valérie Pécresse. So she's the favorite because Eric Ciotti is probably too far to the right. But we've seen many, many surprises in this presidential campaign. But it's a good news, at least for the Les Républicains, that they were able to have a contest and the winner will be supported by all the others. At least that's the position they all spelled out right now.
And whichever one of those two that it is that goes on to actually contest the presidential election in the spring, do you think they have a good chance of making a lot of progress, given that they are under significant pressure from the far right?
Well, the assumption is that it will be very difficult, but it's very different. If it's Eric Ciotti, he will have very immediate competition from Marine Le Pen and Éric Zemmour. If it is Valérie Pécresse, it could be different because she would be a traditional right-wing politician and she could pose a threat, maybe the biggest threat to Emmanuel Macron, because once she is designated, if she's designated, she'll probably get a bump in the polls. The polls are very close for second position, and they show that the Republican candidate, if he can make it to round two of the election, is a direct threat, the most direct threat to Emmanuel Macron. So Valérie Pécresse, if she's designated on Saturday, could be a real challenger for Emmanuel Macron. This is really a major comeback for the party. It was in the doldrums just a few months ago. All the predictions were that there would be huge infighting, but they were able to hold that election. And if they have a clear winner, it's a wide open election, they stand a chance.
All right, we'll see what happens. Thanks very much.